EA announced some shakeups at DICE, but one of the things they also announced is that they're expanding Battlefield into a universe. Vince Zampella is leading this as he is now the head of the Battlefield franchise, but EA is funding a studio led by the designer of Halo's Master Chief, Mark Lehto, to design this Battlefield universe. They're going to explore new experiences and are planning to interconnect the different games with Battlefield 2042. And, of course, they're also going to explore new business models as well. So, I don't usually like using the words that the PR people like to say, but interconnect is an appropriate word for this because they're not necessarily directly connecting all these Battlefield experiences that they're going to connect together. They're gonna interconnect these things. So let's address two things here, and a good portion of this is going to focus on Vince Zampella since he spoke on this particular subject. So I do expect good things from Vince Zampella, but let's talk about tone. Why are you bringing up business models? No one cares about that. In fact, there's one thing people don't want to hear from EA. It's them talking about business models. Business models ruined Battlefront 2 for a lot of people. Business models have ruined AAA games for a lot of people. And business models have ruined Battlefield 2042 for a lot of people. This whole talk about an expanded universe sounds like business model talk. It's not something people want to hear about. Like, you're not pulling the wool over our eyes on this one. When we hear expanded universe, all we understand that EA is thinking, ways to try to get more money. Now, I want to be very clear about how I see people respond to game development. When developers create something people like, people are okay spending money. I think we can agree on that. When we like something, especially if it's free to play, and the things that they're selling are good, if we want to spend money, we don't have a problem with spending money. People will spend money on things that they like. People are understanding of the business side of things. But people do not appreciate putting the business first because we all know no one has a business without the customer. It doesn't matter if you're Amazon. You don't have a business unless you have customers. And it all starts with providing something people want and or need. EA has a history of putting business before customer. Vince Zampella has to know that. He has to know that the company's perception in the eyes of the consumer, in our eyes, is y'all are only doing this for the money and don't actually care about making a good product. Y'all being EA. Now, as I mentioned in another video, I do think putting Vince Zampella in charge is a good thing. It might have been necessary, but it's a positive step in the right direction. But that doesn't change the fact that EA is viewed as a company that doesn't care about the games that they make, just the money that they made. Here's the second thing I want to address. Timing. This isn't the right time for this message. Battlefield fans want 2042 to be fixed. We got the update with over 150 fixes. But what's the plan to address the rest of the game's problems? That's what fans want to know. That's what I want to know. That's what you want to know. This isn't the time to learn about the expansion of the universe as if the December 3rd update solved all of the problems for 2042 and we can move on to bigger stuff. No, there's still balance issues, map issues, specialist problems, and other foundational problems. Learning that there's an expanded universe does not sound exciting right now. It's disheartening. It gives off the impression that fixing Battlefield 2042 is not the focus. I know both can happen at the same time. You know both can happen at the same time. But most people don't care. What message are you saying to us right now? What are you sending us right now? When DICE and EA speak up, all people want right now is reassurance that 2042's issues will be resolved, and we're not getting that right now. Let's talk about the expanded universe. And as far as the expanded universe is concerned, can it be good? That's the question. And I do think there's a chance. But even with Vince Zampella at the helm and Marcus Lehto, who worked on Halo and who worked on Destiny, I'm still, I'm not too confident. It's not necessarily because of them. There's not too many franchises that exist that have had successful expanded universes. I can only name a few. Halo is one of them. Then there's Pokemon. Then there's Mario games. And then there's League of Legends and Final Fantasy. But even like Final Fantasy, it's only been with Final Fantasy VII where the expanded universe stuff could actually flourish. Now, Destiny has had success creating a compelling universe, so I give Mark Lehto credit for that. But since then, it hasn't really had success beyond games. And keep that in mind. An expanded universe, especially in the case of Battlefield, is probably not relegated to just games. Overwatch has an expanded universe, but it's not as big as Mario. It could be, but Blizzard has had trouble consistently creating the content, right? Call of Duty has a successful mobile game, but there's nothing interconnected in the way EA is talking about wanting interconnected experiences with Battlefield. EA is trying to make something interconnected, like an Overwatch, or even better example, like a League of Legends. How are you going to do that with this dissonant world you've created? What are you giving Mark Lehto to work with in the first place? This isn't a good start. To me, I feel like he's going to have to rework some things in order to make it work. The thing is, DICE and EA have an interesting opportunity with Battlefield 2042. This is an M-rated game with a darker premise, but in their minds, EA's minds, what works is giving characters happy-go-lucky personalities. Like, why not tap into the older audience? The kids and the teens, they got their Pokemon, they got their League of Legends. Shoot, even Halo reaches a bit into the teen audience. Just step all the way into the adult audience. This is Battlefield. But they won't do that. They're chasing the money. And when you chase the money, you're not creating something that reflects your creation or yourself. That is, unless Vince Zampella and Mark Lehto find a way to bridge that dissonance and maybe change it. But I don't know if that's going to happen, considering what they have to work with from the start. Good news is, it's the beginning. And so since it's the beginning, they have time to change things. So the question will be, will DICE and EA be humble enough to take their licks and change things that need to change? Or are they going to be stubborn and leave things the way they are and try to make what's broken work? My bet is on the stubborn EA executives winning out, which would be unfortunate. Now, what do you think of the expanded Battlefield universe idea? How much potential do you think it has, if it has any at all? Let's talk about it in the comments. Hit whatever thumb you like, and also make sure to subscribe as I will continue to cover Battlefield 2042. My name is Anthony Shelton. I'll talk to you later.